Hello, my name is Tom Suter, and I'm the founder of the Advanced Technology Academic Research Center. And we have with us today Dan Boland, Director of Federal Programs at Altair, as well as James Turbeso, Federal Solutions Specialist at Altair. How are you gentlemen doing today?
Great, Tom.
Thanks for having us.
Well, good to have, yeah, no problem. Good to have you today. I'm looking forward to your presentation. Thank you.
Absolutely. So thanks again, Tom, for having us. And again, my name is Daniel Boland, Director of Federal Programs for Data Analytics at Altair. Today, we're just going to talk about a few different use cases that we have been running into recently, talking with some of our federal clients, and we're going to go over some just kind of general information about our data analytics product suite for you. So thanks for joining us, and hope you find this useful. Next slide. Again, my name's Dan. As you can see there on the right, we're also joined today, as Tom said, by James Turbeso, Federal Solutions Specialist. I'm going to be going through some slides today. Shouldn't take very long at all. And then I'm actually going to hand it over to James. Seeing is believing, and he can show you live what the product looks like. As you can see there on the agenda, basically what I said, we'll talk a little bit about who Altair is as a company, the solutions and use cases that we provide to our federal clients, our products, and then again, a live demo at the end. Next slide. So Altair is actually a global company that has thousands of employees that not only concentrate on just data analytics, but also other solutions that we provide, like high performance computing, simulation design, and Internet of Things. We're publicly traded, again, a global company headquartered in the Detroit area. And we actually already do have 1,000+ software assets spread across multiple different government agencies that we'll talk about today. Next slide. The Altair Data Analytics Suite boasts many different products. The ones that we'll talk about today are at the top in orange, and you will see all of those today. James will show them to you: Monarch, Knowledge Hub, Knowledge Studio, and Panopticon. And as you can see there below, some of the attributes that describe the solutions that those products provide. We do like to think of ourselves as an end-to-end analytics suite, and what I mean by that is full spectrum analytics, from data preparation to advanced analytics like predictive, prescriptive analytics, AI, machine learning modeling, all the way to the end to the decision making via data visualization. Next slide. We are a well-established vendor within the federal marketplace. We'll be talking about two main use cases today that revolve around criminal investigation analytics as well as maintenance analytics. But as you can see there, some of the other bullet points that we have listed. And then on the bottom left, obviously some logos that I'm sure you folks are familiar with. Very large, lot of assets within the DoD, very large customer for us, Air Force in particular, which James will touch on, and then federal financial too is very large. So FDIC and IRS, as you can see there as well, but definitely many more agencies as well. Next slide. This is actually an example workflow of our Monarch automation server product. And what this product allows is for essentially data automation. So we've basically built a model in our Monarch desktop product to transform United States Air Force IMDS report maintenance data. So there's maintenance data that comes out of the system. It's spit out in a report that you can see there as an example on the bottom left. Humans can understand it. We can understand the headers, the footers, the appends, how things line up. But a computer might not necessarily be able to do analytics on top of it. So we've built a model to change that data, that unstructured data, and put it into a tabular format. So turn it into rows and columns so that we can start to do more advanced analytics on top of it. In this particular case, we've taken that model and we've uploaded it into our automation server, and we've actually built a whole automated process around it where we're actually going to monitor basically a network drive where those maintenance reports are dropped off, and every time a new report comes, we're going to run it through our model, and then we're going to provide a series of distributions on it, like sending it to Tableau for visual analytics, an archive location for auditing purposes, maybe down the line, pushing it to a database, or maybe just doing automated email report distribution. So at 0900, the boss comes in, he has his maintenance report, he knows what parts may or may not fail, the probability behind them failing or not, and what aircraft he has available. So this is just an example of something that you can take, very simple manual process and turn it into a very powerful business process, automated process. Next slide. Speaking of data automation, the Naval Academy is a great use case for us. Every summer, their midshipmen go on training on different ships all across the world. And that is obviously a logistics nightmare for the human resource folks at the Naval Academy. This process was previously managed by about 17 different spreadsheets. We were able to help them out with the product that you just saw on the slide previously. Take all of those different data feeds, push them into one automated process so that they can get one report of the truth where all of their midshipmen are, so they can make the best decisions on how to train our the next generation of our naval officers. Next slide. So just real quick, the products that you'll see today first is Monarch. It's our desktop self-service data prep product. It allows you to take data from virtually any type of source. One of our separators in the marketplace, again, is our ability to deal with multi-structured, unstructured data sets, one of which you'll see today. Another big part of this product that's very valuable is data lineage via what we call a change history. So you have full auditability of what's happening to the data. So you could have 17 different data sources and 1,000 different things happening to them, and somebody can easily understand 1 to 1,000 what has happened to the data. So complete data lineage, and there's an element of governance that obviously leads to. Next slide. Altair Knowledge Hub is essentially the product that you just saw, Monarch, but it's available in the browser. It can be deployed in the cloud or on-prem, and it also has a collaborative mechanism that allows for enterprise usage. So you can share models with other folks, you can comment on models, and it really creates a data marketplace of not only raw data sets, but the actual models, exports, and commentary on top of those models as well. Next slide. Knowledge Studio is our advanced analytics product that allows folks to do things or use cases that revolve around predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, AI, or machine learning. One of the things you'll see today is our decision tree functionality, which is one of the things that we're known about. Really, this is a product that's built for data analysts all the way to data scientists. But it can really do some advanced things, and it is more of an advanced product that is meant for data scientists. And one of the other things I will mention is it can integrate with R and Python code. So if you already have some code that you want to, just use within this product and integrate, that's totally fine. We can import and export R and Python code, so fully integratable in that aspect. Next slide. The last product I'll talk about is our visualization product called Panopticon. It not only allows you to build visuals on top of static data, but something that's very special about this particular product is its ability to sit on top of actual real-time streaming data. What I mean by that is message buses, tick databases, sensors, things like that, fast-moving data down to the nanosecond, so we can see the anomalies and make the decisions as fast as possible. This product is actually very well used across the financial markets, on Wall Street, on the trade desks. You can imagine, obviously, the data moves fast in that realm. But that is all for me in terms of slides. I'm going to hand it over to James, and hopefully you guys will like what you see live.
Thank you, Dan. Today, we'll be taking a look at a few use cases, and we will see how Altair's Knowledge Works suite of products is used to leverage or turn hard-to-read documents into meaningful reports and models. So the first product, again, we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Monarch Complete version 15.5. We are currently viewing the initial user interface. So let's take a quick look at all the compatible data sources within Monarch. Scrolling from the top to bottom, we see that we have the ability to upgrade any previously built out models to the latest version of Monarch. Then we get into our semi-structured documents. These are going to be our PDF and text reports that we're looking to get into that structure, which is going to be our spreadsheets, right? Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets. Maintaining that structure, we can pull from a variety of different databases. It's worth noting we're not limited to this list due to our ODBC and OLEDB connectivity. We can then pull data from different application sources, as well as a variety of different big data sources. And Monarch can even pull native tables from websites. So the first use case that we'll be looking at deals with social media data and criminal investigation. I'll pull the PDF on screen so we could take a look at the actual data we're going to be working with. So just starting from the top, this is a semi-structured PDF document. And this is the same format that Facebook would deliver if the FBI or the DOJ were to subpoena your Facebook account. This is a full record of somebody's Facebook account. And we can see the user information right here at the top. Our user is Mr. John Smith. Scrolling down, we're going to see some shifting and changes in the format of the document. We see the different IP addresses here, different login times. As we scroll further on down, we're going to see the different friends of Mr. John Smith, as well as the wall posts. So we are interested in extracting this wall post data and putting it into a usable format of rows and columns. In the past, this process would be very tedious, manually copying and pasting, rekeying all of this data into another platform such as Microsoft Excel. Not only would this process be very time consuming, but you're also at risk of extracting inaccurate data. With Monarch, we have found a better way to quickly and accurately extract this data and put it into the desired format that we are looking for. So I've already built out a model, and I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. I'll click this Prepare tab right here, and we're going to see a blank canvas right in front of us, but we're also going to see some column headers, this change history on the right side, and the presence of our model right here titled Wall Post Info Model. Since this has already been previously built out, I can just go to my File Explorer, wherever that PDF resides, and I can simply drag and drop that into the model. And you can see we are going to automatically populate that table. So what we have built out here is considered a repeatable workspace, essentially a list of instructions on how to extract the data we are looking for when a PDF of the correct format is dropped into the model. Now, usually the next step for this use case is to bring in another table from a database consisting of a list of known persons of interest and matching that table up with this wall post data to see if the user of the Facebook account, Mr. John Smith, has been in contact with anyone of interest. However, we'd like to demonstrate the next product, Knowledge Hub, how this can be leveraged in a similar manner with some extra aspects of collaboration and governance that Dan just touched on. The first thing we're actually going to do is save this model and send this to my Knowledge Hub account, and we can perform the joining of the table and the database inside of that platform. I do this by going up to the top left corner, saving the workspace into Knowledge Hub, and then I can actually browse for whatever file. I see my folder right here, and I'm just going to go and drop this into my social media folder. As we can see, it's currently empty. I'll just click OK twice, and as you can see, we are now publishing that workspace into Knowledge Hub. So now that we have saved this Monarch desktop model in Hub, we can access this from any browser. This is why we like to say that Knowledge Hub is Monarch in a browser. So I'll go over that right now. Just going to ask me to type in my login credentials. And right away, we can see that the initial user interface looks a little bit different. We have a couple of different windows here. This first one is just telling me any recent updates that were made. And we can see today at 3:51 p.m., which was just 1 minute ago, we have uploaded this social media demo workspace. I can also see if anything was ever shared with me right here, as well as this activities feed with my team, letting me know if there's been anything imported or exported up to our hub space together. Let's go browse in that library to see where that workspace was dropped. As you can see, I'm clicking into that social media folder and the workspace is present here. I'll click into this and we can see that this is the exact table that we were just viewing inside of Monarch Desktop. So now that we can, now what we're going to want to do is we're going to add that database, right? So I'll click this Add Data button up here at the top, and I'll just browse on my local file. I'll open up this database, and then I'll just save and open it. So now we have a new table consisting of 2 columns, a friend number and a friend name, all in the same workspace with the other table. What we can do here is we can actually transform this with a join. I'll just go ahead and create this join of these 2 tables. And then the next step is to key in on which columns we'd like to match upon. That will be our friend numbers, basically just our ID numbers. And I'm going to be left with some different options on, what other columns I'd like to bring with me to this next step. I'll bring the wall post text. So what we are doing speaks volumes to the power of Monarch and Knowledge Hub. This ability to join disparate data sources together to create a more refined and meaningful output is something that is difficult to do outside of our platform. I'll click apply. Now we can see just the fact that there's even a table that Mr. John Smith has actually been in contact with some of these people of interest. We can actually see the relationship with, if I click over from the grid to the flow, we can see these 2 tables being joined together to create one table. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan and James, with Altair. That was a great presentation. I enjoyed that very much. And now on to the rest of the program.
Thanks, Tom.